Alright, listen up. I'm about to take you back to a time when I was, well, let's just say a little bit younger. Picture it, 2003, a fresh-faced Jackson, fresh out of college, still figuring out what I want to do with my life. And no, it wasn't a midlife crisis moment just yet, but it definitely could have been. Now, before we dive in, if you're thinking about applying to uni, I've got something for you. I've put together a free university application starter guide that walks you through the key steps, checking entry requirements, from choosing a course, getting a personal statement sorted. It's free, it's useful, and you can grab it now. Link is in the description. But when it's time to actually put your UCAS application together, you're going to want all the details. Stick around because at the end of the episode, I'll tell you about my full step-by-step guide to the entire application process. But for now, let's get into today's story. So there I was, wrapping up my A-levels in psychology. Yep, I was that guy. The one who could tell you all about Pavlov's dogs, but still had no idea what he wanted to do with his life. I was like, hey, I know the brain does some cool stuff, but do I want to study it for the rest of my life? I don't know. I had this grand idea to take a year off, travel, explore the world, maybe even some wild adventures or two. But then, life threw a curveball, enter relationship status, we're expecting a baby. And just like that, my grand plans were about as useful as a broken pencil. Suddenly, it wasn't about me anymore. It was about this tiny human that I was about to bring into the world. So, I did what anyone else would do when faced with unexpected adulthood. I got a part-time job. Forget about the gap year. I was now juggling bills, parenthood, occasional existential crisis. Now, fast forward to 2020, I'm sitting there watching my eldest start finishing school, becoming more independent, and then I thought, maybe now is the time to do something for me. And I bet you can guess what came next. Yep, I thought, time to go back to uni. And here's the kicker, folks. I thought to myself, psychology, that's where I'm at. But no, actually, it turns out that it was my true passion, mental health nursing. Why? Well, because I'd spent years working through my own stuff and realised that this was the field that I was meant to be in. And let's face it, mental health nursing, it's way cooler than just talking about the brain. So after realising my qualifications were outdated, remember, 17 years has passed since my original studies, I enrolled into an access course. It's a diploma, basically, because it's all about taking the detour too. Well, I enrolled, survived online classes during a global pandemic, if you can call it surviving. But I pushed through, completed the diploma, and eventually got accepted to do my undergraduate in mental health nursing. And it wasn't easy, but hey, nothing ever worth doing is, right? So that's the start of my mental health nursing journey, from clueless me to degree holding me. It's been crazy. Now let me ask you, are you ready to start your journey? Trust me, it's not all about textbooks and stethoscopes. You'll learn a whole lot about yourself along the way. Hey, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Stay tuned for the next episode and we'll dive into how becoming a parent changed my entire perspective of life and education, and maybe how I ended up working more jobs than I care to admit. Look, if there's one thing that I wish I had when I was applying to uni, it's a proper guide that actually explains everything step by step without all the stress. The ultimate guide to applying to university in the UK is designed to make the whole UCAS process way easier. Whether you're a school leaver, mature student, or just try to figure out what the heck you're supposed to do next. Inside you'll find a full breakdown of every stage in the UCAS application. How to write a strong personal statement with real examples, alternative qualifications, mature student advice, and funding options. Also a checklist so you can track your progress without panicking. Download it now and take the stress out of applying. Links in the description. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, all things that make the algorithm happy, so I can keep making these goofy videos for you. So that's it for today. If you're feeling inspired or curious about my journey to becoming a mental health nurse, you'll definitely want to check out the full playlist on the left. It's packed with everything you could imagine along the way. And if you're craving even more about the nursing life itself, my vlog playlist on the right is where the real stories happen. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.